Hey guys, just a friendly reminder that I am a Valorant coach. I'm an Immortal 3 player, and I've coached hundreds of people throughout my time playing Valorant, all of which have been from either Iron all the way up to Immortal, and all of them have learned something significant, and most of them have ranked up many tiers even. So I've also played with professional players. If you guys are interested in buying a coaching session from me, you can check my Discord tag down below in the description, and I'd be glad to schedule a session with you. So enjoy the video and peace. I guess so today I'm going to be talking about 4 reasons why you are very likely to be scared of taking gunfights, or why you just don't like taking gunfights, where you kind of freeze up during clutch scenarios. This is something that someone in my Discord asked me to make. If you guys would like to join my Discord, click the link down below. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the first reason why you are scared to take gunfights is because you lack confidence. And so this might sound a little bit obvious at first, but whenever you dig a little deeper, you can actually sort of realize that confidence is something that you can not easily build, but you can build it through, a little bit of time working on it. So confidence, one of the primary ways you can build confidence is, of course, aim training. I feel like I'm preaching this every single video that I make. But if you're not aim training, if you're not, practicing taking fights against other people, which is another tip that's going to be in this video in a second, how are you going to build confidence, right? If you're scared to take gunfights and you feel like you don't have confidence in your ability or in yourself, how are you supposed to build that if not through experience, right? Experience is how you learn, like, all things, right? It's how it's literally... it's how you learn how to play this game. It's how you, learn to write. It's how you learn to do anything that you want to, get better at. So confidence is the willingness to take fights knowing you could lose, right? And that should be a very powerful statement. Once you realize that, you can take fights even though it's possible, there's a very high chance you might lose the gunfight. What really matters is that you get your percentage of gunfights lost lower. So you want to be winning... obviously the majority of your gunfights when possible. Sometimes you're gonna have bad games, but that's completely okay. What really matters is just trying to take the gunfights, actively telling yourself, I got this, like really try to boost your morale in those types of scenarios. Try to, and through experience, when you win, you're gonna have just a natural higher level of confidence in this game. So moving on to the next tip, this is an extremely important one. You say negative things to yourself when you do something wrong. So I think probably a lot of you this resonates with, because I know that this resonates with me. I wouldn't have put this on the list if I didn't know it resonated with me. So basically an example of this is, you're taking a gunfight and then you die, or you do something bad, or maybe you don't even do something that bad. But after you die, you tell yourself, oh my god, I suck, I'm so bad, that was horrible, oh my god, I'm the worst player ever, oh my god, I belong in bronze, I should be deranked, XYZ, yada yada yada. It doesn't matter what you say, but if you're saying something negative to yourself like this, this is really holding you back, right? I can tell you from experience, this is just like, you're gonna spiral down into a pit of just negative self-talk. And so kind of what we're talking about with the first tip, you want to say the exact opposite. So whenever you die or whenever you do something bad, even if it's really bad, instead of saying like, I suck, oh my god, that was horrible, I belong in a lower rank, you want to be saying the opposites of those things. Like, okay, no, it's fine, we got this, right? That was just a small mistake, like, I'm good. I've been training, you don't need to say these things out loud, but just tell these things to yourself in your head. Like, this is all good. Keep, stay focused, we got this. Like, you can tell your team that as well. And so, instead of saying I'm horrible, you could say I'm a legend, right? I'm a god. Even if, like, you make a horrible mistake, there's no reason you couldn't say that to yourself, right? And so if you get into that habit, that's a really strong thing to, kind of bolster your ability to want to take more gunfights. So the next tip that I have for you guys is you don't give yourself enough opportunities to win or to take gunfights, right? So again, if you're not taking gunfights, if you're not having the experience of actually taking gunfights, then, why is your confidence gonna get better? So, this actually makes me realize that deathmatch is also extremely useful for this, because deathmatch is basically allowing you to take a bunch of free gunfights, like a bunch of consecutive gunfights, one after the other. Whereas, like, in a comp game, you have to kind of wait, because you can only really take so many gunfights in a round, and if you die, then you just have to wait for the next round. But in deathmatch, it's just consecutive, quick, easy, focus on what your weaknesses are, and every gunfight you take, you're building your confidence. And this confidence should ideally transfer into comp. If you guys have any questions about how to, transfer this ability into comp, let me know in the comments, and I'll answer you. But, a lost gunfight is an opportunity to learn and improve. Right? So especially, not necessarily so much in deathmatch, but in a comp game, whenever you're taking gunfights and, say you swing or say you peek close to the wall and you die, you're like, oh, maybe I should have peeked farther away, right? That's what you want to be doing. This also ties into negative self-talk. Instead of saying something negative to yourself after you die, you want to be thinking like, oh, how can I have, what could I have done differently there, right? Like, how could I improve that play next time? And that's what you want to be thinking about instead of, oh my god, I suck. Oh my god, my team sucks. All this nonsense, right? All this nonsense that's keeping you hard stuck. No offense, right? No offense. Anyways, right? A lost gunfight is an opportunity to learn and improve. Preach that to yourself, literally. The fourth and final tip is that you panic in clutch scenarios, right? This is kind of like the whole gist of the video, but I kind of want to give you guys some insight as to how you can specifically approach these types of clutch scenarios. So what I'm talking about is like 1v2s, 1v5s, also 1v1 if you're really prone to get like anxious or, scared. So thanks for the follow. You likely realize the odds are against you, so you freeze, right? And so, again, if you have no confidence, if you're telling yourself all these negative things, you're going to freeze. You're going to be like, oh, I can't win this, right? Whereas you want to be like, oh, no, I got this. Like, you want to be thriving in those scenarios, and there's no reason you can't be. Even if you have a proclivity to, have more negative self-talk and get anxious in those scenarios, you can absolutely get yourself to a point where you can thrive in those scenarios and you can want to take those fights. First of all, you have to want to take the clutch fights, right? You have to actually want to have a chance to win the fights, because a lot of people in lower ranks, I notice, you'll just save, and saving is not what you want to do, right? So I wrote down, never save unless you have an op. If you have an op, okay, you can save, but if you don't have an op, don't save. You're just being scared. You're just being a beta. No offense, right? If you have a gun and it's a 1v2 and you're running away to the other side of the map to hide and save, that's not what you want to be doing. You want to be taking the risk of dying. If you save, you're just going to be doing the same thing next round, right? It's just a cycle of running away. You don't want to run away. You want to run into fights, because again, it's through the experience of taking fights that it really allows you to become more successful at winning fights. If you don't ever take fights, how can you expect to win fights if you don't take them? Like literally, if you're going to go save in a corner, oh, I'm saving my stinger here. I think they're coming for me, right? Like, how can you do that, right? How can you get better at gunfights if you're just gonna hide in a corner, Stinger Sally over here, right? I think I heard their footsteps, right? Like, who, Anyways, right? So these are the 4 crucial tips. The most important ones is to definitely just take fights and you're gonna learn from experience, build your confidence from playing deathmatch, and don't allow yourself to say negative things to yourself. This is the most crucial one, in my opinion, is to not say negative things to yourself. So keep all these things in mind, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, like I said earlier in the comments, I will answer them for you. And, peace. You guys have a good day.